My hair is everywhere. Look, it's so broken. All these broken strands. Look, it's just sticking up like that. I need something for my hair. I don't know what to do. It's just breaking off now. I'm drying out, which is weird because it's naturally incredibly oily. I mean, it still gets oily, but it's like oily dry. I don't know. I don't know why I'm rambling this early in the morning. It is Saturday morning. We have been extremely busy at my night job. I let my day job go because, one, I could see them building up to targeting me next to be fired. They cycle through people however they feel, and it's completely unethical. And they fire them for really no reason whatsoever. It's all personality conflict. So they tried to start an argument with me. Was it Monday? I think it was Monday. And yeah, it was Monday. I think. Pretty sure. I don't know. I don't remember the last day. It was either Thursday or Monday, because I know they were like talking about like the next day. Anyway. And I gotten all my stuff done. I worked through my lunch for 30 minutes. I'm allotted about an hour, but I worked through my lunch. And I worked 9.5 hours straight. Handling claims and stuff like that. I was doing insurance claims for a clinic over here. And I had a headache. The insurance companies were closed by 5 o'clock, or starting to be closing by 5 o'clock. So at quarter till, I got all my paperwork done that I do at the end of the day. I put it all together, and I walk into the doctor's office to hand her my paperwork of what I've done for the day. And one of the younger assistants is there. She comes in and cleans and organizes and stuff and files. And the assistant manager, to of which we have no manager, I don't know what she's assistant to. The can't even be a receptionist, much less a manager, kind of person. She sucks at her job, big time. Was standing there, and the doctor was at her desk, and I handed her a paper, and she's like, "Oh, what time is it? Like, I take it you're done for the day." And I was like, "It's about quarter till." You know, I screenshot it on my phone what time it was. It's about quarter till. And I was like, yeah, for the most part, I gotta get ready for, my night shift. And right before I was about to ask, is there anything else you need me to do? Whatever. The assistant manager copped an attitude and like side-eyed me and was like, "You're just gonna leave early?" I said, "I can. Unless somebody needs me. I do have to get ready for my next job and hit 5 o'clock traffic." And I was like, I worked through my lunch so that I could get as much as I could done, whatever. And she was like, "So just because you didn't take a lunch, you think you can leave early?" I was like, "I didn't say that. I said I worked through my lunch so I could get more done." And she copped an attitude again with me, and she was like, "No, we'll talk about this tomorrow." I said, "No, we won't." I looked at the doctor. I said, "You have a nice evening." And I walked away. And I go and get my stuff together. I get changed for my night job. I've got not even 7 minutes to clock out at best. And the assistant manager is over there trying to write me up. Paragraphs. Dude, she's angry. Paragraphs. And I had originally, at the beginning of the day, sent a text message with my schedule for my night shift saying I had to leave at about 5 to make it on time for my next shift. See, I am allotted to work between, I can be off at 5, I can be off at 6. The doctors let me go early. The doctor, and I'm not requesting to leave early, but Jess is the assistant manager, is under the impression that I keep asking to leave early when I walk into the doctor's office and the doc is going, I have a headache. I just can't any longer for today. Are you okay with leaving early? She does that at least once a week. Not on me. So I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. Majority of the time I'm working through my lunch. I'm still getting 8 to 9 hours on those long days. I don't care. I can leave early. I don't give a crap. I have a second job. But apparently this bothers Jess to an extreme amount. It pisses her off so goddamn much that I have so much leniency with my scheduling that I come in early voluntarily by 30 minutes. Voluntarily. And I leave late majority of the time. And once a week, the doc wants to send me home early. I don't know. Does that sound like nitpicking to me? But anyway, so at 1:45, had that conversation. Went and got dressed. And within that whole, 5-6 minutes, there's about 6-7 minutes left for me to clock out at 5. And she's over there writing me up. And I walk over and I said, is there a misunderstanding with my communication in my text message this morning? And she turned around and goes, excuse me? I said, was there a misunderstanding with my text message this morning that said I had to leave at 5? She goes, oh no, I understand that perfectly. But you're not going to leave early because we need you for rehab. I'm like, so you're going to try to keep me later when I have to leave at 5? And I was not aware of anybody that needed rehab today. Nobody let me aware of anybody that needed rehab today. She goes, oh, we'll talk about this tomorrow. I didn't want to do this in front of everybody else. Okay, so me raising valid points is apparently pissing her off even more. And then I brought up the fact that you can't do rehab in less than 10 minutes because only billable hours is about 20 minutes. You can't do rehab in 10 minutes. And the doc wants 2 units of rehab for every patient, no matter what. Bottom line, 2 units of rehab, which is 27 minutes to 30 minutes or so. 27 minutes. I'm not going to be late for my second job because you want to be a bitch over 10 minutes. 7 minutes by that time. 7 minutes. So she just kept repeating herself. We can discuss this tomorrow. We can discuss this tomorrow. I said, no, we won't. And I walked away. I said bye to the receptionist. And I left. And I called Robert. I said, I'm next. I said they fired the previous girl, accusing her of stealing some pieces of paper that they always misplace and half the time don't even do. Like these end of day, whatever. They blamed the girl for it, the new girl for it, over a personality clash. Because the girl had told off the doctor at one point in time that you're not going to speak to me like that. The girl before her, they fired over a personality clash. Because Jess didn't like how loud she spoke on the phone. When she was the event person and marketing person that went out to different places and brought in all the patients. I mean, she would bring in like 30 or 40 a week new patients that were interested. But they made the excuse that she was fired because her car wouldn't start for the second time. But she had a ride to work to come pick up her paycheck. So she had ways to get to work. Um, they fired the previous girl because Jess didn't like her. And to be honest, she was a bit frazzled at the front as a receptionist. She didn't belong at the front, in my opinion. She could have been put somewhere else. But the way that she was being trained, she wasn't being trained. She was being more of a, this is how I do it, this is how I do it, this is how I do it. And then just turns around and does whatever she does. And the other girl's sitting there like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. For over a month. I've seen her train everybody like that because she didn't want to give up her receptionist position for some reason. Even though she's moving into a new position. And you guys have to respect that. So just didn't like her personality. So she got fired. But they made the excuse that she was having a meltdown or something like that. I mean, to be quite honest, she probably lost her shit. Most people there do. Working there. And the girl before her. Mind you, I started in September. The girl before her was there for a while and was fired over a personality thing. And because kind of sort of she really wasn't doing stuff right. I had to fix a lot. She was doing some of the billing claim stuff that I was doing, and I noticed a lot of mistakes. So she just wasn't, and she kept having this personality of like being frazzled. You can't be frazzled in that place, apparently. You can't have any emotions in that place. You can't have a life outside of that place, in that place. So they fired her almost as soon as they hired me, within like 2 weeks. But yeah. And there was another girl, but I don't remember. There's another girl they hired, but I don't remember what her position was for or whatever. And they claim that she called and was like begging for her job back, but nobody begs for their job back there. God, I think she only stayed like a week. I don't even remember her name. She showed up to like one meeting. Huh. I don't even know what she did. Anyway. So I was next. Because I've put Jess in her place more than once. And she thinks she's a manager. She also thinks she's a receptionist, and she's not a very good receptionist. She's the worst receptionist I've ever seen in my life. And I've been to many businesses, and I've worked as a receptionist. She is 10 times worse as a fake manager. She has no clue what the hell she's doing. And this false authority causes an ego problem, causes an attitude problem, causes really big mistakes that they try to cover up by just firing everybody else as doing everything right. I'm going to just put it that way. So I was keeping track of things over the course of time. And I had a lot of evidence. And I reported them to the Board of Medicine. To which I got an email back saying the Board of Medicine will be investigating this situation. Because I'm not the only person that's been complaining. There are public reviews about this place. Complaining about this place. Specifically the doctor. And how she treats people. How she runs her business. How she files her billing and sues people when she's the one that's made mistakes. Two of which I've caught a lot of those, but mum's the word because I wasn't about to be yelled at over their mistake. So I left there. I drove to my other job, called Robert on my way. I said, I'm done. I said, I've had enough. If they want to argue over 7 minutes of my time that I was about to volunteer to go do whatever else they needed and treat me like that, when I have earned them a lot of money from outdated claims over 4 years old that I got paid off because I know what the hell I'm doing and I'm really good at computers and accounting. I don't need to understand claims and stuff. I understood accounting, and numbers is numbers, and policies is policies. And if you line up numbers with policies, you get stuff paid. It's not that complicated. I was good at that. I was really good at my job. I'm always really good at my job. But I said I'm done. I said it's going to be a struggle, but we'll figure it out. I will pick up more hours. I will put in applications. And I did. Within like 3 days, I put in over 60 applications. I had 6 interviews almost immediately. One of which I have a trial run on Monday. Today's Saturday. On Monday. Because yesterday I had 3 interviews in a row. The first one went really well, but they're not hiring on until the end of January. So that's probably going to be a no from me. Even if it's a no from them, it's a no from me already. The second interview went really well. The guy especially liked the fact that I have different types of accounting in my background, as well as a drive to learn management and other things, because I'm currently, going up the levels in my night job. And he's looking for someone that has that kind of drive and that kind of determination. And he said like at least 3 times in the interview, I love your confidence. I love how you can just say, yes, I know how to do that, or no, I would love to learn how to do it though. He was like, I love that confidence. I've not had an interview yet that had that confidence. And he goes, let me do this. He said, Monday, can you come in at 10 a.m. just for a brief face-to-face, and I could just go over a little bit more of, how we run everything, and before I make you an offer. I said, sure. And then he messaged me on Indeed, and he goes, can we make it 11? I said, sure. And then he messaged again, this whole paragraph. It was like this big of a paragraph. And he goes, I got a better idea. Are you available 11 to 3 for about 4 hours, paid, a working interview, and about 30 to 45 minutes of that, I would like to just kind of go over how everything works over here and, make you an offer. Am I going to turn that down? I said, sure. Absolutely. So Monday, I will have a working interview. 11 to 3 at an accounting place. It's like a tax place, but it's year round, and they do different levels of accounting. They help CFOs. They help businesses with ongoing tax issues or tax break needs. They help with payroll for businesses. He said he's got 5 clients right now that he absolutely needs a bookkeeper for. And that was the original job posting, as bookkeeper. He said you would have 5 clients, and I've got 2 more coming in. He said, and while we're slow now in building it up, this position, that's how I want to get you trained. Like, I want you to start ground level with a few and see how far you can go. He also mentioned that he has trained tax prep people. One specifically runs a different location or something like that and does tax prep seasonally for him. And I said, are you willing to cross train anybody else in tax prep. He goes, you interested? I say, yeah. I've always wanted to learn tax prep. Like, I just think that's a key skill that everybody needs to know. But I would love to do it and get paid for it. He's like, sure, I'd love to. He's like, I like that confidence. Like, I don't know it, but I want to know it. My hair's everywhere. I'm telling you, it's breaking off. It's so bad. Look at that. It's a mess. And it's clean. It don't look clean, but it's clean. I'm gonna take a shower before work anyway. But anyway, the third interview on yesterday literally was 4 minutes long. I think he had already made up his mind before even meeting me. And his excuse was, oh, I've got a full staff. I don't really need anybody right now. Why did you schedule an interview? But anyway, worked last night. It was hectic. We had a full house last night. And we had one person call out sick, and now it's all knotted, and it's not coming out of my hair. We had one person call out sick, but luckily somebody volunteered to fill in. And amidst all the chaos, I still managed to close the building, for the most part myself. I still needed a little bit of help in finding some things because I'm still learning the different reports that we do. And you have to look in one place to put information on one report and look in a different place and put information on the report. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's... It'd be great if they simplified stuff, but I don't see that happening. Because the people that work in corporate don't work in the building. So, they have no clue how complicated it is. But I did majority of it in the computer. In the deposit and everything. And, yeah. So I work today. And I work tomorrow. And then I do my paid trial run interview Monday morning. And then I think I work... I don't think I work Monday evening. I don't know. I think I'm Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Saturday. Yeah, I think I'm that. I'm not sure. I gotta double check. It's Christmas week, I think. I have 0 plans. My tree still hasn't been delivered. We had to order it. And now I'm down to 1 income. Robert got a job offer at a place over here, and he feels like they are quote unquote dicking him around because they haven't sent the email of the offer yet or anything. He's absolutely petrified over the background check because of the current ongoing legal stuff. He doesn't want it to pop up that he's going through this legal stuff, and it prevents him from getting a job. However, if that's also the case, that gives us more leverage in our future filing against her, because she has completely disrupted everything, and it's going to cost her. And I hope she lands in jail for all of this. And the person I'm referring to is my stalker. Baby mama drama. The person that has been falsely accusing us of things for 3 years straight, stalking us online, and filing hundreds of things over and over and over to try to ruin our lives. All because she's jealous or something. I don't know. She's obsessed. And we can't seem to make her go away. But so far, she's been made to go away because court has turned around on her and even her own lawyers against her. And it's not looking good for her. It's looking like they can prove that she's lied, that she made the fake profile, that she's caused all of this, And it's backfiring on her. And I hope it continues to go that way, and it is proven that way. Because the next step after that is removing his protective order that she filed on him over these false allegations and fake profile and all of this fake shit that she started and that she did to cause all of this. And then he's probably going to file something, a protective order against her, even though I already have one on her. But yeah, she's gone quiet for like the past month and a half or so. Blissfully. I also don't think that they have figured out where we live, which is good because I want to get a P.O. box. I have not changed my address with the postal system for that reason. Because when you change your address with the postal system or with government services of any sort that reports to the postal system, like the DMV, then Google somehow ends up with your new address and phone numbers and stuff like that. Do not report your next address if you have somebody like that in your life. Somebody that's stalking you and following you around and malicious litigation and all that harassment. If you have someone like that and you're moving locations, get a P.O. box. You cannot trace a P.O. box. Get a P.O. box. I can't afford a P.O. box right now. So I have just basically not changed my address. I've not changed it. Everybody's well aware that we've moved. It's public all over the internet that we've moved. But nobody knows our address. Because I've not changed it. Even my postal service that does my mail scanning, that gives you an email of like, oh, you expect this today, tomorrow, coming in. It's the prior house. I get all the mail scanned for the prior house. So I can see if maybe my property tax or whatever comes in, I can go to DMV myself and figure that out. But yeah, that's my biggest advice. If you're dealing with somebody like that, that's like that level of crazy, and you can't make them go away, and they are probably obsessively trying to figure out where you live, don't change your address. Just move and get a P.O. box. Can't be traced. You can't be traced. And when it comes to the DMV, I don't think you can put a P.O. box on your license. So, I mean, I'm probably not going to update it. I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. I'll figure it out. Which I think is ridiculous. That your location and your phone numbers and stuff is all searchable. I don't think it should be. I think it violates privacy. I think it violates a lot of things because of situations like that. You don't know who is trying to access your information and for what reason. People are crazy. And I think that there should be a huge thing, a change, a law or something put into a place that literally your private information is your private information. Your address, your phone number, your emails, whatever. And there should be consequences for it being put out public and or given out without your permission. And if it is a law, then why isn't it enforced? But anyway. See my breakage? That's terrible. Look how bad this is. My hair is just... Might as well just shave it all off right about now. I don't care. It's too cold. Anyway. I talked to my primary care on Thursday. So I talked to my ortho. I got diagnosed with a lot of things with my spine. Problem is I've got to write it down in order to read it off right about now. Which I can do. Give me 1 second. Because you guys are going to be floored with what he is diagnosed with. You guys are going to be floored. Give me a second. Alright. Let's see if I can pronounce this correctly. Slight right scoliotic curve. Degenerative SI joint. Both of them. Sacralization of the L5. Possible Bertolli's syndrome on left. Degenerative facet joint. Degenerative disc disease. Mild to severe. Grade 1 anterolisthesis. I need to look that one up. Because I was always told spondylolisthesis, which is the disc that slides forward. But I've never heard of anterolisthesis. But apparently I got grade 1. Of L5 on S1 with pars defect, which is a fracture, greater than 2 millimeters of motion. That's both flexion and whatever. So I have a fracture in my spine. Mild unconvertebral hypertrophy and flattening of the cervical lordosis. I wrote it down. But that's what I have. I'm broken. Yeah. So, ortho said, talk to primary care. I don't have a primary care. So, I went online, figured out who takes my insurance. I have a video call with a primary care doctor. Because apparently everybody does video chats these days. Nobody sees anybody in person still. I don't understand. So I have a video chat, and in the description of what I need the doctor to know, I wrote all of the information from my ortho, brief past history, and stated that the ortho insists that I get a referral for physical therapy, which I don't think I can do. I don't have time for. And that's the only reason that insurance would pay for an MRI, because he wants an MRI. So I have to do physical therapy in order for the doctor to get an MRI. Per policy. And he also wants me on a plan in one way, shape, or form, even if it includes medication, to lose weight. He wants it now as a medical intervention to lose weight, because working 2 jobs and I still can't afford my own bills and I can't keep up. I'm a drowning rat right now. He wants to force the weight loss, since I'm not capable of doing it on my own. I can't meal prep. I can't afford the food that I need to afford. I have no storage for the food that I need to afford. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't starve myself because I work 2 jobs. So yeah, I'm struggling there. But I talked to her Thursday. And I'll keep you guys updated what she decides, because I guess we'll figure it out from there. I don't know. Aside from all that, there's not a whole lot going on. Just the usual drama. So, hopefully this tax place likes me. And I can start with him pretty much immediately. The only conflict I have right now is just Wednesday. She needs me to work like a mid shift, and that would mean I'd have to come in at 3 or so, and his shifts are like 10 a.m. to like 3 or 4. He said it depends. Whatever, but I'm sure he can work with me on at least the first week if he wants to start me next week. Not sure what he's offering pay-wise. It wasn't even listed on the Indeed profile. I don't think. It was just like bookkeeper, the business name, and a brief description. And I was like, I can do all of that. I can learn all of that if I can't do all of that. But I can do all of that. So, I had other interviews for different types of jobs, like CVS shift lead. I had like a Papa John's shift leader. I had one for like an assistant manager. A couple of turn downs, but you know, I was expecting that. You know, it's job hunting. You're gonna get a couple of turn downs. But yeah. And I'm still getting messages. I have 2 more that wanted to schedule with me, but they have not responded to their own email asking my availability to schedule with me. They're lost. Oh. I'll figure it out. I always do. But yeah. Zane's at his dad's till probably New Year's. I don't know. I don't even think I can do Christmas this year. I just can't. It is what it is. So yeah. But so yeah, that's my update. No, I did not get the book for book club. We meet the second weekend of January. And everybody's already reading it. And I can't afford it. There's got to be a library around here somewhere. I just don't know where it is. And I got to motivate myself maybe next week to see if they've got it. So I can just rent it and try to read it when I can. And it's just going to have to be a book copy because I can't afford the audiobook right now. It went back up in price, so it's like $15, which is ridiculous because it's an audiobook. Should be cheaper. Anyway. This is why nothing I want to do ever lasts longer than like a couple of weeks, because just stuff like this just keeps happening. And I'm trying to stay positive because I know that there's better, but right now I'm not seeing it. I tried to stay positive majority of this year, and I just keep getting let down by other people. It's other people. I'm perfectly fine on my own. It's other people. It's everybody else around me that just keeps ruining my life. I don't know what to do about it. Maybe that should be part of my New Year's resolution. Get rid of other people. I don't know. Like, how do you when everybody else has such a drastic influence on your entire daily life, and you just want to exist and go to work and do your job and pay your bills and exist and have a life for once and do things you want to do for once at 42 freaking years old, and other people keep ruining it? What do you do? How do you function in a world where you have to deal with other people constantly ruining your life? I'm doing the best I can. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. Anyway. I'm going to go flip the clothes over to the dryer. I go to work in 3 hours.